Howdy folks, welcome back to Guitars of the Week. My name is 3-Chord Dave and today we're going to talk about 5 guitars that are currently available for sale on Reverb. Yeah, it's kind of like my guitars of the week, so to speak. Anyway, let's get into it, but before we do, let's just remind you, you got to hit that subscribe button, guys. Make sure you have hit it. Make sure you've hit the notification bell and chosen all notifications. The reason being, some very cool content is coming up on the channel very soon and I don't want you to miss any of it. So make sure you have at least subscribed and hit that like button and all those kind of things. We do 3-Chord Dave live on a Saturday, every single Saturday at 10 p.m. Irish time. We go live, spend about 2 hours talking about guitars, music, and all kinds of other things that pop up. We always have a great time. We want you to be part of it too. Merch has been recommended on the show. Times when we've spoken about guitars that you want featured on various episodes of different shows we do. And we also have done guitar giveaways on 3-Chord Dave Live, and there will be more of those in the future. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Hit that button. Do it now. Thanks. Now, guitars of the week. The first one is this absolutely gorgeous Dean Zelinsky Stratavita custom in trans blue. It's got the Z-Glide neck from Zelinsky, which is supposed to be fantastic. I haven't got my hands on one yet, but it's one of those that what that is they laser cut out the neck, so you're kind of only touching about 30% of it, skin on wood, which apparently makes the guitar much more playable and a more pleasant experience. As I said, I haven't played one yet, but this might be the one that I get my hands on. In the neck position, you have a Dean Zelinsky private label pickup, and in the bridge position, you have a Seymour Duncan, although no further details are available. This guitar does come in a custom Dean Zelinsky case, which looks fantastic. And if you wanted to pick up this guitar, it would cost you €1,077, which you're going to get it for less than $1,100 if that is the amount of currencies that you spend. For guitar number 2 of the week, I went with the Epiphone Futura. Now this is actually from the Prophecy lineup. I believe it was 2015, 2016 when this particular model was released. And as you can see, it's a pretty cool looking guitar. Now the Futura, of course, was the first iteration of the Explorer, and it was then refined to become the Explorer. And as it did that, it got bigger and bigger. But the Futura we see here is basically a small Explorer, and it looks a little bit weird. Okay, the shape is not quite what an Explorer is. It looks a little bit weird. But this is an interesting one, and you've got the, it's not quite a flame maple top, it's like a figured maple top. It's pretty low level maple, but still pretty cool. It's a nice finish, nice cherry finish on it as well, and part of the Prophecy series, so you do get those interesting inlays and everything as well. This one will only set you back €999. I'm going to say not a whole lot more in dollars, maybe $10.29, but do remember that when people list something as rare, just give them an offer, because drives me crazy. Your guitar is probably not rare, pal. It's only like 6 years old. Anyway, this is still a pretty cool guitar. Check it out with the link in the description below. Now, an actual rare guitar, in my opinion, right here is the 1973 Mosrite 612 double neck guitar. This is a very cool looking guitar, and let's just get it out there straight off the bat. This has been refinned at some point. We don't know when, but it was refinned in the red finish. The seller and myself, I tend to agree with his opinion that it was done when the stop bar tailpiece was put on, because there was a vibrola on it. They took that out to put the thing on, and now they probably refinned it red as well. Original pickups, original electronics. There was a push button, which I believe was like for a coil split type of thing, but that's been removed and is plugged, so you can't use that anymore. But they are still the original Mosrite pickups, original pots, all that sort of stuff. This is a very cool guitar going all the way back to 1973. It's been sitting in a recording studio in Nashville for the last number of years. Now they're looking to move it on. Very versatile guitar, Mosrite, and it's got a 12 string. Apparently the 12 string is one of the best sounding electric 12 strings that this person has ever heard. But they are selling it, so they would say that. Still, very cool guitar. Check it out. Now, the Epiphone Nighthawk is always an interesting guitar when you see them, because they look pretty cool, and you know, Nancy Wilson has that connection to it. In fact, I got my hands on the Nancy Wilson Signature Edition last year when it came out. It wasn't quite the guitar for me, so I did send it back. But there's some interesting features, and if you're after a cooler Les Paul, that might be the one for you. Now, this particular one is purple, so that makes it a little bit cooler, and it does have all three of the pickups that it should have, which is interesting as well. So as you can see, you've got a mini humbucker, you've got a regular humbucker, and then you have that single coil as well. Different splitting and combinations available in this guitar. It's a string through body, and it has a different bridge to other guitars. It has a specific Nighthawk bridge. You've got the AAA quilt top on this one, and of course you've got those crown inlays, which you don't get those on a lot of guitars these days. That's a pretty cool feature that they have. Now this guitar, I believe, is from around 2008, 2009, so you know, not many of them are around in this kind of condition. Very good condition on this one. It's a very cool thing. If you wanted to pick up this guitar right now, it would cost you 637 euros. So I'm going to call that $650 if that's the currency you want to spend on guitars. That's a pretty good deal. I think this is pretty cool. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on this purple Nighthawk in the description below. And a final guitar for Guitars of the Week. We had to put this one in because, you know, there are people on the channel who love their Korina guitars, and this is for them. This is a Les Paul from Gibson, and probably made at a time when their quality control was better than it is today, but more on that in a future video. This is a Gibson custom shop 50th anniversary Korina tribute Les Paul. It was made, as I said, in 2008. It weighs just 7.5 pounds, which is very light for a Les Paul, so pretty interesting spec right there. It's got the split V headstock, which I always think of as the Dean headstock, but of course Gibson and their legal department will not like me saying that. This guitar has 3 burst bookers in different positions, burst booker 1 and 2s, I believe, and then there are, so because of that, there are 3 volume controls and 1 master tone control. And it's made out of Korina. It's a very cool guitar. This is actually genuinely one of those rare guitars because they only made 100 of these in 2008. This is number 38, and if you wanted to pick this one up, it's going to cost you $5,867. But if you want to spend dollars, I reckon you're spending $6,000, but that's not financial advice, so don't take it verbatim. But remember, this has now been featured on Guitars of the Week, so that has zero impact on the price. Anyway guys, those are my guitars of the week for this week. Let me know what you think is the coolest one in the description below. Would you be tempted by any of these guitars yourself? And what do you think we should feature in the future? Anyway guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, do all the things. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back with another guitar related video very soon, and until then, take care.